But guys, again, we have the same rule set as beforehand. We have the same maps. And also, you know, everything stays the same. Just that we play those matches in a different circumstance, that we have the grand final. So who's going to take it? Emrys versus Shift. And we're starting now with a 2v2 on Snake Pit by a Rioter. So good luck to the teams. Let's see who takes it. I mean, the clear favorite just on paper is Emrys because they have won the group stage, you know? So let's see if they can live up to their expectations or if also Shift can go with the momentum. But the records are looking good here for Team Emrys. We have one player in the second position. BossBass has a good position here, and also Speedy on third position. So let's go ahead. Let's see who plays. We have BossBass and Speedy playing indeed, and then Semi and Imod playing again for Team Shift. Let's go into the first round. Point limit is 5 due to the factor that draws are just happening more frequent in 2v2s, because if you're first and last, the other team can only tie the score because 5 equals 5 in this regard. But let's go into the round and let's see who takes it here. As we have Imod not with the best start, overtakes Speedy in that third section. Looking not so bad for him, as Simi is also not doing too bad, but Speedy is closing in. A close round right now, only 0.15 of a second between the players, but Simi is right now in the lead. Good third turn there as well. BossBass with a lot of speed, maybe can come a bit closer to Simi, but right now it's looking like a draw unless Imod is coming closer. Good line here again, very wide, uses all space possible, closing into Speedy and also to BossBass. Will Imod overtake both players? No, will not be the case, and the first round will be a draw, but a good time from Simi, a 53.924, which is only 0.27 away from the world record. So nice time, but the point goes to no one.
Yeah, very, very nice time. I did say earlier on in the first match between themselves and Zephyr that 53 was the goal mark, and a 53.9 is really what you're aiming for to win rounds with. If you get a 53.8, I think that's a little bit of overkill. I doubt we're going to see one of those, but I'd love these players to prove me absolutely wrong here. Imod going a little bit wide in the final turn, going 2 inside, and because he goes 2 inside, he goes outside afterwards. Going 2 inside this round as well on that corner allows him to run right into the chicane, and the same thing happens to Simi, and so Speedy and BossBass 1 and 2, and their enemies are behind by 2 seconds each, so they could really just relax here. No need to risk whatsoever. They can't throw this one away now. They can just take the lead of the game after the draw in the first round, and they will both get, oh wow, they nearly both get 53s, but a 54.002 will cut BossBass of that 53.
I thought that they're gonna save it a bit, but they certainly didn't do so. So good times here from both Speedy and BossBass, getting themselves that first point. And yeah, let's go into the next round. Round number 3 it is. And let's see who can survive in this one. In the previous round, both Simi and Imod have made a mistake. Imod also here with the slowest start, but comes back with a strong drift. Also a very wide approach from him. BossBass not doing it too well, also not reducing the airtime accordingly. So he's a little bit further behind. Simi and Imod, great line over that left-hander as well, which you want to do full speed. Looking very good for Team Shift right now, that they can take that point, but Simi again with a mistake, not in this corner as in the previous round, but now he needs his teammate Imod to get that first position, unless it will be the next point for the team out of Emrys. But Imod also with a mistake, and Speedy and BossBass are in the lead. And well, another round being decided by 2 mistakes on the opposing team, and now here another one. But there we go, 54.12, a bit slower, but still a fast time. BossBass on second, and 2-0 here for Emrys.
Yeah, nothing wrong with these times whatsoever, but there's somehow, despite fighting for that lead, right, they were faster during the round when they didn't need to push at all. So it all comes down to the pressure, I guess, right? You'll make small mistakes when you're under pressure, and that round where both of them did clip and crash, they didn't have any pressure on them starting the midpoint of that round. So this time around, oh my goodness, Simi again into the wall, though this time he'll only lose about 0.6 of a second, so it's not going to be too bad, but he would still require for Speedy or BossBass for themselves to, at least one of them, to crash into the wall to really get his money's worth here. Otherwise, unless Imod takes the lead away from Speedy, and Speedy is only 0.2 ahead, I mean, unless Speedy went really wide on that ending, but Imot hits the wall himself, will lose his speed, and so Speedy and Bozbez, once again, 1-2, no pressure coming in from the Germans here. It's going to be 3-0 for the international squad. Oh, what a nice start out of them, and a poor showing here for the Germans here early on.
Yeah, the complete opposite as in the previous match, because Shift was leading with a quite considerable gap. I think they have won 4 rounds or 3 rounds in a row. There were some draws in between, but now they're getting their medicine, and it definitely tastes bitter for them at the moment. They have the chance, they have the pace, maybe they're pushing a bit too much because they're just making mistakes out of mistakes. They didn't get a smooth run through so far, like not both of those players. And yeah, we have Emrys with that leading 3-0 as Speedy gets a good slide there as well, but Simi with more speed onto the dirt we go, and also a very inside aggressive turn. I'm again making that mistake, 2 seconds behind. I haven't spotted that mistake, but also Simi now with another mistake. So Shift completely falling apart here in this grand final. Maybe the pressure is kicking in the 2v2. Of course, you know, the whole team is behind you and they're watching. Maybe pressure is kicking in this case, and maybe they're not playing, but those players know what to do. Imot is frequently playing couple of the days and goes far, and Bozbez and Speedy will just take it with another good set of times here. A 53.98 and a .01. So this is only 0.3 to 0.4 away from the world record, and already the map point for Team Emrys.
Yeah, Emrys looking extremely strong, but at the same time, I would expect a stronger fight here out of Imot and Simi here, as Bozbez finally makes a mistake for Emrys here. But if Speedy wins this round, it won't be there won't be any point going to either team, and so Simi and Imot need to take this lead away from Speedy, and Simi is the only one right now in that position to do so. Imot behind by 2/10 on Speedy. Simi has taken the lead, though he's going more outside and thus gaining a little bit more speed out of the exit, but losing track position by doing so earlier on in the corner, as Speedy now has fully caught up. He's going outside to inside to outside, which means he's gonna have more speed. Look at that, he's overtaken Simi now. Imot having a better line than Simi as well, and Speedy, as long as he doesn't go outside in the final corner here, he will win this round, and he does exactly that with a 53.98. He allows the draw to happen, and so it is 4-0 still in his team's favor.
Yeah, so the draw has happened there. Maybe a spark of hope for them. They have the pace. I mean, we've seen I was about to write great round, but I think that's just killing their focus. So I'm just gonna revoke my, or I just deleted my message there again, and let's go into the next one. They really need to win this round, else it is GG or just force another draw. But of course, you don't want to have too many draws in a row. You get impatient, and you know that you have to win those rounds. Speedy now with a wonky approach in this sector has to go for a very, very inside line, but still holding strong onto that. He has a little bit less speed than Simi, but also Bozbez is there in the mix. Simi with a great line, very inside, also good approach to the dirt. I'm a bit behind, but only 0.1 of a second, but right now it's a top 2 for Team Emrys. But we see the first mistake being done by Bozbez here, but Speedy just has to hold up here for that first position. Speedy with the best line, Simi coming closer, also reducing the airtime accordingly, but Speedy with a way better landing in the sector, and he will again gatekeep them away, and Speedy with another great time and another tie, the second in a row.
Yeah, the .93 there coming out of Speedy. He's what now? He's 0.2 away from the WR?
Yeah. That's a good time. .28.
It's a very solid time. Very, very solid time out of Speedy. Again, standing up for when his teammate goes down. But Imot now needs to do the same thing for Simi, because Simi has fully crashed out. I don't think there's a way he comes back into this one. So Speedy and Bozbez here need to keep Imot behind. If Imot's able to win this round, he will create the third draw in a row here and keep Shift in this 2v2, though they still have not gotten a single point to their name. They're still not on the scoreboard. So Imot absolutely needs to win this 1v1 between himself and Speedy. Bozbez needs to absolutely keep third place, so no mistakes on his side. Imot here, he's fast during this plastic position here, and he's going to take the lead. However, Speedy, he's fastest through the final corner. Will he stay fast? No, he won't. He'll clip we'll get ourselves another no, wait,
Nope.
this might be the first on the board here for the Germans, and it is. That crash out of Speedy forced him to go for the safe finish, which is super far away, and because of his low speed, unable to get there in time before Simi finishes in third.
I think he would have been able, but the speed check after that small jump that you have is not there. So he would have been resilient enough to go for that, but he couldn't just make that one yet there, and he gets that punishment for that, because that is the first point for Team Shift. It was a very, very decided round. It was almost GG yet. A 5-0 would have been good for them, but now they have scored their first point, which is quite nice to do. So let's go ahead into the next round, because we see the next mistake being done by Speedy, but also here by Simi. So now Imod has to excel himself up, because his teammate is behind Speedy. So that's important, but Imod's plastic part used to be so good on this map, really. Also, coming up from this third section here, he's just catching up a lot. He's 0.13 behind, but now here, just tapping and doing a very nice job, just letting go of the steering accordingly. But now Bossbest had it good as well. He just has to survive the ending, or Speedy makes a mistake. Imod coming closer, but it's not enough. Who's gonna get that third position? It's Speedy, and it will be enough for them, but they have given their opponent 1 point. So there we go, 5-1, and we're gonna go to the next map, which will be the ice incident. High risk by Jingatok.
The ice incident. You know, nothing wrong with an ice map. I do love myself a good ice map, but you need to position yourself so perfectly, not just with your speed, but with your car as well. You need to have the perfect angle to start the ice slide with, and then you need to have enough speed to not gear down, but also not gear up during your ice slide. So it's extremely precise when it comes down to that. Luckily, it's 3v3, so if one player makes a mistake, it's not the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah, they just have to finish, else it could be a draw, or you know, if it's first, second, it doesn't matter at all. So you know, you can you have one bullet to miss, let's say like that in this case.
Yeah.
Because the other player is allowed to or can finish anyway, because the finish timeout is as always 15 seconds, or that like usually is the default amount of time that you have, or 10 seconds, but usually it's 10 to 15 seconds. So enough time to finish even if you respawn. But of course you could slide out again on this one. This ice set is really hard to do, and then you have this left-hander, which is Imod's going through right now, which is very hard. But to be honest, Shift looked very good on this map. Yeah,
they were thoroughly dominating on this map, but they did make a lot of mistakes, didn't they? And I mean, Thomas Jean really did help Zephyr through this map here, and so even though they lost 4 rounds shifted on this map, I still think that Thomas Jean really was the X factor for Zephyr. So at this point, let's see if there's an X factor for Emrys. Will that be Veki? Will that be J-Cray? Will that be Bossbez? Right? I don't see Davigno. I don't know if he. I don't think he plays for Emrys.
He should play.
Yeah, he should be the one playing though, if he could. Which he is. Okay, no, Davigno is playing. Davigno is playing. Okay.
Yeah, of course he is. It's ice. Of course he's playing.
Yeah. So he is their X factor, right? And I'd say that Davigno on ice is more of an X factor than Thomas Jean, right? Yeah. Davigno is a top 10 player on ice in Trackmania, and he's gotten so good at ice over the last few months. When I first saw him, right, one of my first ever casts, and the first cast that I did for Trackmania Esports was for the Baltic Trackmania League, right, the BTL. And Davigno wasn't that good of a player at the start, right? He had just started out, and he wasn't not a top player, right? He was not fighting for the podium at the time.
Yeah, but I think he was still tier 1 or tier 2, wasn't he?
Was he tier 1?
I think he wasn't a good tier, and he has improved a lot. He was definitely very good on ice, but he wasn't like
if he wasn't tier 1, he was like 5th or 6th place.
Yeah,
he
definitely.
Wasn't close to Bits.
Yeah.
He wasn't close to Bits. He wasn't close to Nustic, right? So that's what was my takeaway. But after the next time, right, the next Baltic Trackmania League, he really stepped up his game, got a lot better. His ice has really become his strong focal point, And so he's gotten a lot better within that 1 year that I first saw him.
Figure. Yeah, the password is very hard, guys. It's a really hard password. Yeah, well, incorrect password.
But all that to say that he's improved a lot, right? I don't mean any shade towards Davigno. In fact, I want to congratulate him on getting so good so quickly at this game, despite being really far behind Bitsy and Nutstick last year. He's really come a lot closer, and
but
I think he's one of the favorites to win the next Baltic Trackmania League.
He's not playing, right? I mean, he's from England.
Well, yeah, because
apparently,
well, yeah, he does live in England. He was born in Latvia, if I recall.
Yeah, I have heard that story as well. Yeah,
and yeah, the reason why he doesn't want to represent Latvia anymore is a completely different story behind closed doors, which I won't talk about because
it's behind closed doors.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah,
it's a personal thing. So now he represents England, right? Great Britain, and because he lives there now, and well, he's just gotten so good at ice from when I first saw him in BTL. And if he was still playing in it, he would be one of the favorites to win.
Yeah, I think so as well. He's a very good player, and I mean, he's playing in the top tier here in this competition and plays the map, so that's very nice. So let's go ahead and see what players are doing. So also Dwinger, one of the players who was like one of my first VIPs in my chat, you know? Because after the Baltics, players just decide, okay, that's a cool guy, I'm gonna stay in his streams more often. And that's what he did. So also shoutouts to him, and I've seen him improving a lot. Also during the time when matchmaking was coming out and all of that. It was a lot of fun, you know, just playing together with him, also talking about things, and now he's here. That's a field strongman indeed. Very cool that he has improved so much, but also all the other players, Imod as well right now. I mean, this guy is improving almost every day, it feels like. I think he's even from my region, from Essen, so it's cool to see that as well, that he has done such improvement, and just finds himself also consistently in top division, in Division 1 and Cup of the Day, and also like getting top 16 and all of that. So that's very cool.
For me, the biggest surprise out of everyone is the Golden Trio boys, right? Giuliano being one of them. I'd never heard of his name before he popped up for TSCS, actually.
Okay, well, Giuliano's crazy.
He's really proven to be one of the best German players all around, and once I saw him in TSCS, once he popped into TSCC, there was really no going about it. He is one of the best German players when it comes to mixed-styled gameplay, and really good on tech as well.
But I won't say he's good at understanding things. He's good at fast learning, all of that, and he's also very young still. I think he's 16 or 17. So he is still has a long way to go. He's of course lacking that experience, but he's just getting that one right now. But I agree, Giuliano is very good, but also his brother Laurentius, you know, they're two brothers again.
Oh, they're brothers. Okay, I did not know that. So yeah, Laurentius, Giuliano, and the third player from the Golden Trio.
What's the Golden Trio? Ah, that was a team in the TS. Okay.
Yeah, TSCS. They all three of them came together. They were top player. All three of them were top players in the campaign. Bionics, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they played in TSCC together with Eddie and
probably Lars, Marius, all of those, right? Gennady.
Yeah. One of those two, I do believe.
Yeah.
And they completely won. That's when Germany won TSCS.
Yeah.
TSCC, my bad. TSCC.
But I mean, he's also grinding a lot of matchmaking, and he can be very fast, is a fast and a very versatile skill set, I would say, because I think he also comes from a LoL background, played Royal back then as well, so you see, there's a lot of different styles that he's able to utilize and put into his skill set. So very cool. Eddie und seine Krabbelgruppe, good one figure.
So yeah, a lot of these German players coming out of the woodworks that have gotten so much better in this last year, right? You think Grenady, who has gotten himself up into TMGL now, right? Who before was more of a gimmick player with his wheel, has now turned into a legitimate, turned himself into a legitimate contender to win TMGLs in the future, maybe the World Cup this year as well, and many more events to come if he decides to play in them.
Well, I don't think that Granadi has the pace for them, but hey, that's my opinion. He's good, of course, but he's still
gotten better.
He's still missing 1 or 2 seasons in that. But I agree that he has improved a lot. Like, no one would have thought that he would make it into TMGL at first. I remember he was playing 2020. Or was it 2019 or 2020 when TMGL beta season was coming out, and there was OGL as well. He was playing, and he was in a gold match together with me, you know. And I'm not the best player myself, and he has improved so much, and it's great. And I think he's still not there or he has still not stopped. But I think he still needs 1 or 2 more seasons to be on top of the field. Like someone like Afi, who also needed that, was rather more of a, not the fastest driver out there, more safer than that, but he needs to make that shift as well. But he definitely has a huge future ahead of him, as well as all the other players that we're seeing here, like Boss Best as well, Dwinjo. I think we can see those players in TMGLC at some point, because they're all very strong.
Listen, there's a lot of players that could get themselves up into TMGL, I think, that are not from France, right? And a lot of players currently who made their way to TMGL who are the future of Trackmania, right? Otak and Mime.
Feet as well.
Have really exploded onto the scene now, these young boys who have turned into men and are showing up the old guard of Trackmania. They really are the future of this game.
And Feet won another tournament today.
Did he?
Yeah, he won another tournament against Papu, Coco, and other name who was in the final as well. But and Binks, and there was a tie.
Binks, okay.
There was a tie. There was a double final situation, ladies and gentlemen. And there was a tie in that last round for 3rd position, and Coco won.
Jeez.
That was crazy, guys. That was like I watched the cast. It was incredible.
Oh man, that
also
sounds like a lot of fun.
Also, by the way, if Ama or someone of the dudes who are in voice right now for Kaki are in the chat, are we playing? Because I'm planning on streaming it maybe afterwards and not go for IC campaign. Like after we do our 1v1.
Yeah, obviously. So me and Turbo. Should I redeem it now? No. I'm gonna redeem it when. After this match is finished, I'll redeem the 1v1 if you go down into the channel points thing. 1v1 me is for 50,000 points. I gathered those and challenged Turbo to a 1v1 on a map.
Yeah, but before that, we also have an announcement from the side of Jinga from the Team Eclipse. So let's see. Okay, we still wait for Jake because his game apparently crashed. Okay, so another delay.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
More warm-ups. Yeah. So what was the announcement?
Well, I cannot. I actually don't know either.
Okay.
Yeah, the video is not available. So I already get a spoiler that it's a video. I don't know what it will be. I do, but I cannot spoil it just yet. We're gonna see it after that.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna be played after the after this event is finished, right? So just as whoever wins and becomes champion of EMC, we will play this video live on stream for you guys. I've not seen it, so even I'm gonna tune in to watch it.
Maybe we're gonna cast it, but I cannot leak anything here to you because I also haven't hardly any information. You know?
Right.
Okay, we're ready now and we're gonna start. So let's see who's gonna make that. Okay, what is happening in the chat, guys?
Oh man. So after a couple warm-ups, we are ready to get going here on this map. What are you laughing about?
I think Shiv will take it here. Like 7-4.
So. 7-4? Really?
Yeah.
Even though Davino is on Emrys' side.
Yeah, who's Dwinjo, dude? Who Megalul?
Man, that is interesting because I know Divino is just so good on ice, right?
He is.
Like I said, Thomas Jean was the X factor that really helped them win those rounds. So you think that Divino won't have support from his teammates, is what practically you're saying?
Nah, he has, but I think that this map is quite hard to do consistent, even though for someone who's good on ice, really. I think this map is really hard to do, and that's why I think that Team Shift is gonna take it here.
Okay. Well, let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the match.
Not yet,
as
I think.
It's gonna be Jake Ray, Vekisus, and Divino crashed.
Yeah, we're not live yet. We're just gonna end round, and then we're gonna start. Okay, another player DCing. Should we DC now, or is it? Wait, I have to look into the script. Wait a second. I'm gonna check here. I have the script here. Let me check. Okay.
When does warm up end? Does warm up end
after the figure XTD, I should. Oh yeah, I should DC now. I should DC now. We have to write a story, guys. Yeah.
When do warm ups end? At 2:40 or 8:40 or 8:45?
9 actually, because Figures Kebab hasn't arrived yet. He won't see this Kebab with that. Because yeah, there we go. Never mind. I'm of course only joking. Yeah, good focus. Script is false. Yeah, we're already behind schedule. I'm super sorry here. Let's go ahead into the first round, 3v3 with tennis mode enabled. Tennis mode means that we have a team that has to win with a 2-point difference, and we see Vekisus in the lead, then Dwinjo and also Jake Ray playing for Team Emrys, then Noob Prime, Imod, and also Giuliano playing for Team Shift. There we go. Giuliano with a very aggressive ice. I really clipped there. Nope, he will not. That was very close of doing so. Jake Ray is behind. Dwinjo as well, not getting the best ice slide or the best part beforehand. And we see 2 out of the 3 players in the top 3 being red. Those looks to be the round here for Team Shift, as New Prime gets this one really good as well. Giuliano wasn't playing beforehand, right? It was who was playing before that on this map for Team Shift? He was. No, he was. Never mind. I was still at the previous map. Never mind. He was playing.
Though I was gushing over, of course, Divino for his ice skill. Giuliano, not bad at all in his own case, right? He is able to play ice extremely, extremely well. I think he's top 100 in every campaign map for the last 3 seasons, hasn't he? For the campaign, which obviously isn't too hard for top players, but Giuliano, I think, has been able to do so for every single map for the last 3 seasons. So that includes ice maps, and I mean, it's quite hard to get yourself top 100 on ice maps.
It's easy.
So Giuliano, yeah, easy for me. I got top 500 on. That's the only time I got top 500 on a map. As we head into the second half of this map, speaking of which, Giuliano and Imod, both of whom have crashed. Nude Prime is in the lead, but it doesn't really matter unless these blue players crash out. But Divino, Jake Ray, and Vekisus, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will win themselves the round.
But yeah, what a time here.
Quite the entrance. What a time out of Nude Prime, right? Despite the fact that he loses the round, winning that round with a .55. What is he? He's only like 0.4 away from world record, isn't he?
Wait. Yeah, he is.
That's crazy.
That is a good time here, especially with that ice section. So a good time here from...
That's the fastest time we've seen of today.
I think we've seen a .6.
Doesn't he have the world record?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, I think he has it on this server too, because we can see the time in the top right.
It's a .11, but the second world record is a .36, so he's .25 out of world record. So initially he was driving a top 5 time there. He was driving faster than Giuliano's PB, then the PB from Monkey, then the PB from... Speedy, you name it. Dwinjo's PB is also slower. So, good time here, and he will be an important gem for his team. But of course, now we focus on this round. Giuliano sliding out. Imod and Noob Prime with that need first and third position. Right now, however, it is Jake Ray who is on second place. But Dwinjo also made a mistake, so it might be enough if it stays like that. But Jake Ray can go for the attack here at the ending. Good line here from the Danish player. Look at that, but clips the... corner there, the black block, and it will be first second for Team Shift, and they will take the first point after, the second point after the loss in the previous round.
I don't think that was unnecessary from Jake Ray because his teammates
to push it,
had crashed in the background, right? Vecchi and Giuliano were both extremely behind, and so getting that first place was so crucial. He needed to get ahead of Nude Prime, and so he did everything he could. He tried to go as inside as possible, so no wrongdoing there from Jake Ray. Risking a little too much, and sometimes you'll pay for that, right? Sometimes it will come back to bite you. But with that being said, it's early on still. It's only 2-1 for Shift. And so, with that mistake out of Giuliano, it's a 2v1 here for the lead, and Davino even still in it. So, 2 mistakes out of the Shift players, Giuliano and Imot, behind by 7/10 on their own teammate here. Will there be an ice incident, though? As Jake Ray goes really wide, he'll lose a lot of speed to Vecchi and to Davino, but he's still in 4th position. Nude Prime in the lead. Does not really matter, though Vecchi's made a mistake. So, Davino and Jake Ray would love to get in the lead over Nude Prime, but Nude Prime right now going for another fast time. Davino trying to catch up. In fact, Nude Prime's actually slowing down just a little bit, but there's not enough time, not enough space to catch up. And so, it's going to be the round win for Nude Prime. What happened to everyone behind us? Oh, but Vecchi's gonna get 5th, despite being 6 seconds behind. Imot getting 4th. Giuliano just had 1 too many mistakes, and thus, it'll be the round win despite all that for Emrys.
Yeah, so Giuliano throwing it their way. He was ahead. Not sure what happened. I wanted to capture everything that was possible, but in a 3v3, sometimes that's very important or very hard to capture every mistake. But we see Giuliano with another mistake, and with that the score is tied again. Of course, every point matters because they have lost the first map 5-1. Alright, let's go on to the next one. We see Shift first, 3rd and 4th position. Dwinjo and Vekisus are behind. Dwinjo also not with the best line in this one. Has to oversee a lot. Gets himself a good landing though into the slope plastic section. But let's go into the ice. Release is required. Jake Ray with a very good line here. Look at that amount of speed. Also Dwinjo opening it up quite nicely. Jake Ray and Dwinjo up for contention for that first position between Imot and Noob Prime. But Imot and Noob Prime will be left alone because Dwinjo has made a mistake. And now Jake Ray again, who makes another mistake. So we'll be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for Team Shift. And they will get themselves another point. That is very nice. And also Noob Prime on another great time. Another sub 58. 57.818 for him. And I'll be right back. I have to get my medicine here real quick. Else I will forget it.
Go ahead. I got myself completely fine here as it is now 3-2 in favor of Shift. They're going to try and go up by 2 and double their lead over Emrys here with this round. Let's see if they could do so. As off of the start here, no mistakes on the first corner. Let's see if this jump will screw anyone over though. As so far so good for everyone. Into the first transitional jump we go. No one crashes there. Into the grass, into the section. No, that's Giuliano who's hit. He's out of this round. So it's Vecchi in the lead. Imot in 2nd. Davino in 3rd, though Jake Ray. A lot of speed out of the engine off section. Vecchi in a big lead. Nude Prime is in 2nd position. Imot is in 3rd. Davino and Jake Ray 4th and 5th. Vecchi on a zinger of a time as Nude Prime's made a mistake. He's clipped. And so Imot now the only one who can save this round unless the international squad here never make a mistake. If they say 3rd and 4th, it'll all be fine. Everything will be all right. Vekisus stays in the lead and Imot will get 2nd. That's a zinger out of Vecchi. He gets a sub 58 here. Imot gets 2nd. Jake Ray in 3rd. Davino in 4th. Giuliano gets 5th and Nude Prime all the way down in 6th. We're tied at 3 once again. I don't think
I'm back.
Mr. Turbo.
I'm back.
Okay, you are back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had to get that was a fast one. So there we go. I'm back and yeah, I mean still Noob Prime being the top fragger, like 1st, 2nd, and then 6th for Giuliano. You can see the number resembling also how much they have fragged in terms of points. And there we go. It is Giuliano, like right now slacking a bit, but also Noob Prime is so important for his team. And let's go into the next round here because Imot and Noob Prime have a good start. Also Giuliano with a good approach to the ice section. Imot very inside there. Look at that line. Not really having too much speed, but earlier entry into the other part. And this might be a bit safer. Noob Prime now clipping, and we see Jake Ray, Vekisus, and Dwinjo batting it out with Giuliano. And Vekisu's not with the best line. Look at Giuliano, the speed here. Jake Ray can maybe also be eaten alive here by Giuliano, but nope, this will not be the case. Jake Ray has gotten himself a good landing, and this could almost be the ace here, but Giuliano is the devil's advocate, and not the fastest round at 58.085, but Team Emrys is going to the lead for the first time in this match. Like,
yeah,
on this
we're
map.
so used to Nude Prime just absolutely getting 57s, and I think Thomas Jean got a few of his own while on Zephyr, but Imot and Giuliano, despite their PBs being up there, right? 0.36 for Imot and a 0.58 for Giuliano. It really doesn't showcase just how insane of a time that is, right? You can't do that consistently. The ice sections needed for those times is absolutely nuts, and we know that it's in the ice where you gain all that time as well. It's in the start here with the engine off block. Depends how you land. Jake Ray here with a very nice landing. Veki also having a nice one of his own. So they're 1-2 at the current moment. Vekisus and Jake Ray, as everyone else on shift right behind, trying to swallow these Emrys players whole here, trying to go for the overtakes on them, as Jake Ray in a big lead, but they've already eaten Veki. Imot and Giuliano catching up to Jake Ray, but Jake Ray is trying to stay ahead, and Veki fighting back for the podium. Imot in the lead now, but Jake Ray does not have more speed. It's going to be Imot in first, Jake Ray in second, Nude Prime in third, 3 57s in the round, and everyone else in behind crashed. Giuliano will get fourth, sadly, for Davigno and Veki. Both of them, big crashes, don't allow them to win this round, and we're tied
4-4. Giuliano also finishes, actually getting himself that P number 4 in that round, because all the other players here from Team Emrys, only one of them was able to finish that in that previous round. Let's go ahead into the next round and see who makes it happen, as we see Vekisus in the lead, but had to release a little bit, as he didn't really get himself that best line across, but he doesn't have to release that much here. Dwinjo again, very left approach. Jake Ray approach looking very, very clean and nice, as he finds himself in the lead as well. Noob Prime, good approach. Giuliano as well. Noob Prime opens up the ice a bit earlier than the others. Jake Ray with a great amount of speed coming into the dirt section here to the left. Now balance on that part. Giuliano survives it. Noob Prime as well. Who is on a 4th position? It's Imot right now, but look at Vekisu's speed. Noob Prime with a mistake, and this will be very costly, because that is one of the more closer rounds, and it could have been the round here for Team Shift, because Imot is also staying in front of Vekisus. So one mistake has been decided, but a 0.69 here, that is a great time. And also Giuliano with a 0.81, showing that he is able to do a fast time, but this will be the point for Team Emrys, and 5-4, looking huge for them.
Very nice time indeed. I mean, more of a nice time because of the 0.69 rather than a great time. But overall, it's the second fastest round that we've seen out of this match so far. Now that it's 5-4 in favor of Emrys, they retake the lead. Can they keep it this time? Can they make it 6-4 instead of allow a tie? It's been every round so far. Once a team wins, the other team just comes back and ties. And so will we see now 2 rounds in a row for Emrys for the first time on this map? Giuliano and Nude Prime trying to keep up with Veki, Davigno, and Jake Ray. Veki nearly turns it to an airplane there, but luckily for him, keeps it together, gathers a lot of speed. The entirety of Emrys have kept a lot of speed. They're all on 57 pace at this point in time, as Veki and Jake Ray 1-2. Davigno making a small mistake, but Jake Ray and Veki being 1 and 2. Davigno only slightly behind. Everyone's gonna get 0.57. That's a team ace for Emrys here, as Davigno just so slightly outside of that 57 range. I thought he got it for sure.
So now map points here for Team Emrys, and this is looking grim for Team Shift. Of course, they have won all the maps also in the previous one, but Team Emrys just seems to be on another level right now, as they also came back from a kind of uncomfortable situation from being behind, losing rounds by a hair, and now they're here and can maybe do some damage towards them. Right now, it is looking good for Emrys again. No one dead at the start, but just when I say that, yeah, you know, there's the first one making that mistake. So my jinx has worked out. Very nice. I require a PayPal transaction after that, Kappa. And Imod and Noob Prime just have to survive. And Giuliano is on P5, so even a worse position here for Noob Prime is possible. A P number 4. Right now he's on 3rd position. Imod looking strong. Jake Ray pushing it though. Goes for the no jump here. Good amount of speed for him. But still Noob Prime is not slowing down. He as well as Dwinjo who is behind him. Jake Ray with a very risky jump. Noob Prime as well. It will not be enough though because Imod will survive it and gets himself that 1st place. Dwinjo, Jake on 2nd and 3rd. But Noob Prime and Giuliano on 4th and 5th. So there we go. We have the next point for Team Shift, and they're coming closer, and they can enable tennis mode.
Yeah, they can. Giuliano and Noob Prime absolutely needed to stay alive there. Had they lost a wheel, Vegasus was very far behind, but at the same time would have likely caught up and been able to get 5th place, right? 5th place was what allowed them to win that round. So they need to win this round now, right? These rounds are crucial for Shift. They need to get them together. And for Emrys, I mean, if they want to continue on with their lead, if they want to ensure more and more that they win this match, they need to win this one here as well. Davino and Becky up against Imot and Noob Prime. Giuliano also in that fight, though slightly more behind. Imot and Noob Prime 1 and 2. Giuliano with more speed out of the sausage. And so Becky and Davino slightly behind, but Vecchi with a better ice slide goes from 5th to 1st. Though he will fly himself behind. Davino turning wicked, and well, Vekisus getting overtaken by both the Germans here, though he will stop the ace for the moment. Imot will ensure that there is no team ace. However, Vekisus and Noob Prime fighting for 2nd place. It doesn't even matter, as Giuliano and Noob Prime will 1 and 2. And now it's 6-6. Tennis mode is enabled, which means you now need to win 2 rounds in a row to win the match, to win the map. And at this point in time, if Shift win 2 rounds in a row here and win 8-6, they would have won 4 rounds in a row here, which would be absolutely a great comeback out of them. And
then we would have a very, very close map number 3 into play. So let's go ahead and check how this works out, because it's still not over yet, because I'm also now with a mistake. So already 1 bullet that they have missed here. The other 2 have to make it happen. And right now Jake, Dwinjo and Vekisus are looking strong to make something happen. Giuliano in the lead though. And Noob Prime is on P number 5, so maybe can capitalize from a mistake. Maybe Dwinjo is making that airplane pilot again, but look at that, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for that team. But of course, the tennis mode is enabled, so unless Shift wins the next round, it's looking fine, or it will be fine, and we start all over again. But this is a good round here. Look at the speed from Dwinjo before the bobsleigh, and he will get that speed as well. But Giuliano, not slowing down, getting 2nd position, setting a statement. But Jake Ray and Vekisus on 3rd and 4th, so it doesn't matter on what position Giuliano is. Dwinjo's getting it with a 57.88, and we have the map point for Team Emrys, and they should take it home, because then they only need to, I think, a 7-3 or a 7-2. Be enough.
Right, it's gonna be well, no, because they'll be up by 6 points, right? They'll be plus
7-1 then, yeah, true, 7-1.
So 7-1 would need the golden rule. 7-0 would actually make Shift win. So Shift need to keep it together here. They need to win this one pretty much as a guarantee here to try and win, because or else they'll have a very low chance of actually winning or even tying it at all. So Noob Prime, Imot, and Giuliano know what's at stake. They need to tie this up at 7. Noob Prime and Giuliano side by side here. Davino with a better ice slide. Imot still there as well, as Noob Prime lost a little bit of speed. Davino and Giuliano fighting for this lead, though. Davino will lose a lot of that speed, and Giuliano will keep it together. Jake Ray and Vekisus have fallen behind. Oh, but that's detrimental here. Giuliano is out of it, and now if they get 4 and 5 here on Emrys' side, they will win this round. Will it be that, or will it be Giuliano coming through and tying it up at 7? That was close, but both Jake Ray and Vekisus had bad respawns, and thus Giuliano could come back and get himself 4th or 5th. He got himself 4th at least, but 5th would have also won them the round.
Yeah, I was checking that because the round was already decided there, like who gets first, second, and third, but the fourth and fifth position was really important. So that's why I was swapping through. But I couldn't find Giuliano because he was still in the CP live somewhere else when he was making that mistake. But now the scoreline is tied up again, so we still play till a point, till the team has a point gap of 2 towards the other team. And right now, no one has any point gap because the score is tied again. It's 7-7. Giuliano with a weird line there, but J-Gray already has made that mistake, so they can drive a bit more controversial here as Noob Prime and iMod are in the lead, and also Giuliano now, so first, second, and third for the red team, and they could go up into the advantage here. Look at that. It's looking very nice that they take this one home and then maybe win the next round to force a very, very interesting map number 3, even though they have lost the 2v2 in a like kind of dominant fashion, but they have gotten themselves a point. But also here, a 57.95 for Noob Prime wins them the round. iMod and Giuliano on second and third, and we have one more round maybe, or do we see another tie from Emrys?
We could see another tie here, down 4-6, right? They come back and now they're in the lead 8-7. They've won four out of the last 5, which is very, very detrimental to Emrys here, because if they lose this one, they'll still be in the lead in terms of rounds, but they don't need to win the next match, but they'll be tied if it's another tennis mode again lost. So they will need to win one of the 2 maps at minimum to win this one here. Nude Prime, Giuliano are on Vekasus's tail here. Nude Prime with slightly more speed. Giuliano actually coming out of the right, and look at him with so much speed, but too much as he goes wide, clips into the border there. And so it's iMod and Nude Prime versus Vekasus and J-Gray, and everyone's inside of each other. Who will it be? Because the speed difference is not much for everyone here.
Oh god.
J-Gray catches up to iMod just a little bit as iMod stays ahead by 1/1000th of a second. And Divino gets 5th. We are tied again, and it's all by 1 millisecond.
Ah shit, here we go again. There we go, good round there, the closest round that we've had so far. So Dwinjo's speed, very important there. Also that he has taken that position, but also the snipe by 1/1000th of a second was enough for them to take that round victory. 8-8 it is. Very important here for Shift to stay alive in this match. They have to win this tennis mode, else it would look very, very grim for them. 5-1 is a 4-point gap. And then we have, if it were to be another 2-point gap, you know, they have to, like 7-1 would even be the GG, because they cannot win. It would be 7-0 with a golden point thingy, or would this even be the case? I don't know, but they cannot even afford to lose the next one 7-1. So let's go ahead into the round and see what they can do, because right now it's looking good for the red team again. Noob Prime in second position, Giuliano ahead of him, and Giuliano really excelling himself up. Noob Prime not with the best line, but comes back with a good save. They're steering to the left accordingly, and they survive it, and we have the advantage for Team Shift again.
Yeah. Even if with iMod in 5th, the 1-2, way more than enough to win the round. Even if Nude Prime was in 4th, they would have still won this one. 1-4-5 being 11 points would have still been more than enough, with Divino just finishing now 15 seconds behind. So, yeah, back to the woodwork here. They need to win 3 in a row here on the side of Emrys to win this one out. So now they need to win this match. This round to tie it up back to 9. They need to win the next one to go up 10-9, and then they need to win the next one to get out of tennis mode, win 11-9. So 3 round wins is on the table here for Emrys, but only 1 is needed for Shift. So they really are in the driver's seat, if you will, at the current moment. Giuliano and Vekasus fighting for the lead, but that's Giuliano sliding out and turning into a passenger instead of being in the driver's seat. And now J-Gray, Nude Prime, iMod fighting for the lead. J-Gray goes wide, but comes back with a lot of speed. Vekasus is in 4th, and he'll make sure to get the last position. No, he crashes, so it's so important for J-Gray to get the lead here. iMod, more speed! Shift will win this map. And now Emrys only up by 2 rounds, and the maps are tied at 1. This next map here is so crucial.
They not win because Giuliano's not able to finish.
No.
It's a draw.
Way.
Giuliano
Mephisto's made such a massive mistake too.
Giuliano was the passenger indeed. I really like that metaphor there. Very good one. Because he was not able to control it, and Giuliano throwing it away. And with that, we have the tie in this round. So the scoreline was 10-10. So the round goes to no one, and we go again. Round number 19, it seems like. So, guys, you can also, like, maybe go to sleep and come back. This is taking a long time, but it's a great match here that we have on our hands. Definitely. And let's take a look who's gonna make that. We see one player from the blue team already falling behind, but Dwindro just getting a way better line than Giuliano here. We have Noob Prime and Imod. We have to hold strong here on that first and third position, at least. But right now, they're getting attacked by J-Gray, who goes for a very wide approach. Look at that. But also his teammate makes a mistake. J-Gray with more speed. Imod slowing down a bit, but he can afford a third position. Giuliano's on 5th, so this will now be the GG unless Giuliano throws it again. But nope, this will not be the case. But what a great sub match that was. And this means that the scoreline now is, let me do quick maths, 11-13, right?
Yes.
11-13, right?
In favor, it's +2 in favor of Emrys.
So 11-13, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
11-13. You need at least +2. Yeah. Exactly,
so
true.
+2. So if we go to another tennis mode, which shift wins, we'll be tied on rounds, right? Which means we'll have to go to the golden.
Oh, Jesus
round.
Christ!
And then whoever. So that would mean if Emrys win the golden round, we'll be tied at 2 overall. Which wouldn't that mean we'd have another golden round? I think.
Dude, I don't know
Question mark? Maybe.
I don't think so, right?
No, because then we'd be tied on 2, because then Emrys would win the rounds, but Shift would win the last 2 maps.
Yeah, that was my question, actually, with the...
Right.
I don't know, dude.
I think the golden point rule just screwed us over a little bit harder than it should have.
Yeah, I was asking that exact same thing, because that scenario could occur now. Because then the score would be 2-2. So now we have the map here from Mr. I build a map for every competition, Mephisto. Like, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, his maps are great. Like, very unique map. It's a very tight tech mixed down map. We have plastic, we have dirt, we have grass, we have unique slides that are usually getting initiated by a small jump, as we can see it here, for example. But also, like, this line is just super unique. Also, those transitions are just quite nice, but I think it's quite hard to learn this one. And also, Speedsub, thank you so much for the 13-month resub. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that support.
I understand now. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so the golden rule only applies, the golden point only applies if they tie on rounds. But if they tie 2-2, right, because one team wins 2 maps and the other team wins 1 map and the rounds,
but
right?
weren't you explaining it like that?
Then we have a tiebreaker, which I think is another 4v4.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This could go on for a long time.
Yeah. And also Schlims with a resub. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for that support. But yeah, it's like you need to make scenarios out of that. It's like if you know, you know when you're in that situation. It's like learning a game. Like a card game. But yeah, 2 arms after this. So there you go. So my money is still on Shift. They were strong on this one.
Yeah. They were really strong. We still don't know that much about Emrys, right? All we know is that they won the regular season. And so they are pretty strong. They've shown up and showed us that they are looking pretty solid on this map. Speaking of this map, made by Mephisto. Yes, he makes a map for pretty much every competition, but they're so good that they get accepted for every competition, right? Because it's not because you make a map for a competition that'll necessarily be accepted, right? So the quality of his maps are high enough that they are always accepted, right? Because he always makes one, but they're also always accepted.
Yeah. So, okay, well, we're just gonna see. Jinga is saying what we have to do when there's a tiebreaker. He says 1 round on each sub-match. Dude, Jesus Christ, what would happen
one
here?
Round on the 2v2, 1 round on the 3v3, 1 round on the 4v4?
Yeah. And what happens if there's a draw?
Best 2 out of 3.
What happens if there are draws? Then we have to play more than 1 round.
Could you imagine the 2v2 just going on for like 10 rounds because they keep drawing every round?
Whatever, we're gonna see how this will work out, guys. You know? Let's just hope that that shift doesn't win 7-5. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I hope that my shift boys are gonna win. I'm rooting for them.
Alright. So shift need to win 7-4 or better. That way there's no tiebreaker whatsoever. They outright win it. If Emrys win this map at all, they will win. Because they're already in the lead for rounds. So Emrys are in the driver's seat at the moment. They control their own destiny.
Yeah.
This is the last warm-up round here, or should be the last warm-up round.
Where they have to win, though. They have to win.
Yeah, they have to win. But I think it's their map to lose, right? In that sense, this is their match to lose. They have had a 4-round lead, and at the start, on top of that, they were really up there tight with shift in the second map there. So if they lost, that's the big thing, right? Is that they lost after having a few leads on high risk.
So I assume that Stacy Cruz is crucial, right? Or is Stacy Cruz playing here for Emrys? Well, whatever.
I do like Crucial's tag though. I mean, did you know that I actually live 10 minutes away from the HQ? Actually, because it's in Montreal.
From Pornhub HQ or from Stacy Cruz or what?
Yeah, it's in Montreal. It's based in Montreal, so I was only like 10 minutes away. You could see some nice views if you looked up at like the 15th floor window. Wait,
what? Really?
Yeah. If you know where to look, you had some nice views.
My guy just stalking the porn. Oh, I know that girl. I've seen her naked already.
I've seen her on the 15th floor just a few days ago.
Yeah. But guys, that's why my stream is 18 plus. Okay, so hey. Go on, but good luck where you're starting now. Telescope from apartment. Yeah, just try if you can maybe like clean the room there. Or like deliver some pizza towards that place.
Pizza delivery? What, you dress up as a pizza boy with a fake pizza just to go up there and look? You would do that.
QDC too thirsty. Oh god.
No, what are you talking about? I have water right here.
Yeah. Alright, very nice.
Plenty of water.
There we go, we're starting now with the match 4v4 to 7 points. And let's see who's gonna take that. Bulgorg is playing. Actually, long time I haven't seen him. Jake Ray as well. Then we have Speedy and of course Crucial. Or Stacy Cruz, you can also call him like that. Or maybe we can just imagine that she's playing right now, Trackmania. Because right now, he is in last. Yeah, we have Noob Prime, Figure, Azox, and Simi playing for the team of Shift. So, unchanged lineup. And there we go. Wait, we get another raid from Sorex. Wait, didn't you raid me today already? 7 hours ago? Dude, I'm having weird deja vu right now. But look at the overtake here from Crucial. For that 3rd position, Noob Prime on 4th, Speedy on 2nd and 3rd, and like Speedy Crucial on 2nd, 3rd, Bulgorg, and yeah, it's a tie.
Wait.
No, the points are wrong.
What?
It would have been a tie.
That was tie. That was a tie. That was a draw. So it's 0-0. They could restart if they want.
Yeah.
The map. I think it just needs a restart.
But yeah.
Because the points are wrong.
Was that for my...
Anyway.
Okay, guys, but you know what to do with small streamers. Go on their channel and give them a follow. Thank you very much, Sirex, for the raid. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Sirex coming in clutch earlier
For what?
For that. So we'll restart and we'll go again once they're ready to do so.
Yeah, just check it
Then-
now, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
go live.
See if it's fixed or not. Because
So
if it's not fixed, there's no point in restarting, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, it's
See
fixed.
it? It's
Yep.
fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. Okay, restart.
Okay, good luck to the teams. Good luck, good luck. Ooh, we in for a long one, guys.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Didn't you also say that you met Crucial at Gamer
Yeah,
Assembly?
I did meet him. I meet all the M&M boys. Like Tealman was there as well.
M&M boy.
Yeah, like everyone who was
I'm
there.
guessing everyone except Min, right?
Yeah, well,
Min wasn't there.
that's a bit. That's also Speedy wasn't there, so you know,
Oh, okay.
we had some people that were there. It was very nice.
So if anyone's wondering why there's a lot of M&M here, it's because M&M themselves didn't join this tournament, right? So those players dispersed into other teams, right?
Yep.
Like Min joined a League 4 team, and well, as you can see, a lot of the M&M boys, such as Crucial, Speedy, and Bulgork, joining up with Emrys.
Yep. And it's, I think, a good merge here because all the teams like Emrys and M&M are on par on that skill level. And let's take a look here. Who's gonna win that first round, or the second round rather, because the first one was a draw. We see a lot of blue players: Speedy, Bulgork, Crucial, and Azox failing the ending here. But Crucial falling down to P6. So this would have been actually another close round in terms of points. You need 18 points to win. 8-7-3-2. So that is 20 points. So that ending mistake here cost them the round actually.
Yeah, it actually did cost them the round because they were 3rd, 4th, 5th, and if they would have come first, that would have been 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th,
Yep.
right? Which would have given them the round win. So at that point, you can't say, that one miss there cost them the entire round, sadly. And so Emrys, should we call them Emrys M&M at this point? Because it feels
No,
like a
we
pretty
don't.
half and half team. I
It's
know we
Emrys.
don't, but it is Emrys with the extra players joining in. So Simi right now in a big lead for Shift with Bulgork right behind, Crucial as well. Speedy showing up in the top 3 for himself. Nude Prime trying to find himself up into that podium position. But so far, that's taken by Bulgork, Speedy, and Simi. Bulgork getting a no drift, I should say. And, oh, that is a mistake out of Speedy as well. So Crucial will get 2nd position. Nude Prime gets 3rd. Figure gets 4th.
And
With
that's
Jake
enough.
Rain 5th, Azox in 6th will clean the round up. And that is the round win. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, so 1-1. World record is by Bar was a 51.51. And I think Default has certainly a stronger offline time. He was memeing about that at Gamers Assembly. I was remembering this. But yeah, 1-1. Close match so far. And we might go into tennis mode in this one. But it's so close. It's way too far to call that one, actually. Let's go ahead and see what will happen on round number 3. As Noob Prime, Simi, and also Azox get a really good start. Figgy a little bit further behind, but he's a good POV here to follow in this round. Right now on P number 6, and also gets a very wide approach here. Not the best amount of speed, but right now in the battle with Bulgork. And we see Speedy, who has made a mistake already. So good round for the red team. Jake Ray with a very, very distinct line there, jumping so far up and not having the best amount of speed, so he's a little bit further behind. Also Crucial here behind that shift train. Simi, Azox, and Noob Prime still in the lead, and they just have to survive the ending. Let's not get crumbled by the pressure. Let's take a look. Will they survive it? Looking good. Prime with a good approach. Simi as well, Azox as well. And this is the next point for Team Shift. And can they make it happen? It's looking good on this map. 51.87 times 2 here for them, and then a 0.94. Good times as well.
Very good times indeed, though. It's still early goings here. A lot can go wrong, especially in a 4v4, right? You're less reliant on one driver, and thus you're allowed to risk just a little bit more, right? Because if one player drops down, it's still fine. You've got 3 more drivers, right? It's less detrimental to be in a 3v4 than a 2v3 or even a 1v2 if you're in a 2v2 scenario. So you're tending to risk more in 4v4. Right now, that's allowing Shift to win some rounds, but if they risk too much, they might gain too little if they crash out of the round too often. So Crucial currently in the lead. Speedy was in 2nd, but Nude Prime will overtake him. Nude Prime going for Crucial as well, though not got the speed for the current moment. If he goes more inside this time around, he might gain position, but no, he won't. He'll go more outside, gaining more speed overall. With a cleaner landing, will go in ahead of Crucial, but too much speed will fly out. Simi also with a mistake. And so Figure and Azox getting 3rd and 4th will not matter. It's a 1-2-5-6 and we're tied at 2.
Yeah. Dude, what is going on in the chat, dude? Guys, can we all... Dude, what is happening? Kevin, by the way, are we playing Kaki after? I hope so. I can join after the 1v1 that I do against QDC. I'll join you guys in chat. So, or in voice, and I will still stream it. Alright, but there we go. I mean, it's a great match, actually. 2-2. And let's see who proceeds onwards and who goes into the lead, because one team has to win, apparently. But there can also be a draw that will happen. Let's go ahead and see who makes it in this round. Alright, now Crucial and Speedy having a good start. J-Cray on P number 7 and Bulgorg. Haven't really seen too much from as well as from J-Cray in this match. Crucial and Speedy looking very strong on their side, and right now also being the top fraggers, but also Speedy only with P5 at the moment. In general in points, but in this round he's P number 3. Crucial flying off Crucial Airlines. Azox will take this one. Figure ties the point, ties the round, and Figure is ahead of Azox, the second tie that I'm seeing today. And is it important that they have won the tie here? Nope, it's not. Oh wait, it is, right? 18, 17,
no.
20. No, it would have not been. It would have still been the round for Team Shift.
Yeah. It still would have been the round for Team Shift. I wasn't sure myself at first because Figure's name was actually blocked off for me.
Yeah.
So I actually could not tell that it was Figure up until like I looked at all the names and made sure that Figure was not one of them. And
Marcus.
So yeah, I did not notice that who was in what position. But yeah, if someone is 1-2, it's an automatic tie at minimum unless one of the players doesn't finish, as Nude Prime makes a mistake there. Will fall down to 7th position. And right now Shift in a little bit of a trouble here, as Jake Ray, Bulgorg, and Crucial are 1, 2, and 3. Mistake there out of Simi. And so Figure and Azox now have to fight the 3 Emrys boys here. Let's see if they can do that. Azox and Jake Ray fighting for the lead. Jake Ray, what a smooth landing he just did there. And so he'll get more speed, slightly ahead, but slightly more inside was Azox, so he'll win the round with a tie. Figure will get 3rd. Bulgorg gets 4th. Then Nude Prime, a 1-3-5 wins the round. But even had the tie not happened there on the 9-6-5, it was still won the round because Simi was 6th.
Dude, what the hell is going on? 2 ties in a row? Are you kidding me? What is going on? What is happening? Like, you see a tie maybe once a weekend, and I've seen 3 ties today already. Like, what is going on? Like, we actually, when Flink was making that video, I really had to think about when did a tie happen, like elsewhere in Trackmania, and now we have 2 in a row. Like, this one is actually crazy. Like, this is such a slim probability. Maybe we get a 3rd one in a row. Maybe, but 4-2 for Shift. Looking good for them, but it would have not been the case, even though they would have not gotten the point. It didn't matter too much. Jake Ray right now, not with a good line. Also his teammate falling apart. Maybe this is also messing with their mentality right now. Crucial, good line over this uphill. Goes very wide, has a lot of speed over that last part of the track. But where are his teammates? Jake Ray is on P5, but Figgy, Azox, and Simi are there to get themselves some points. And there we go. This time no tie, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th for Shift. And it's looking very good for them that they maybe even take home the title here.
That might have been a throw out of Jake Ray, actually, for Emrys, because he was right up there fighting for the podium position, and he hits the wall just before the finish line and ends up in 7th. I think that
he would have not been 2nd, though.
You don't think he would have been 2nd?
No.
Okay. He was relatively close. He was less than 0.1 behind it. There's a good... of course, there's always a chance, right? If he goes really inside. As there's already a chance here for Shift to go up 6-2, which would give them match and series point. They would win the championship if they win more than 7-4 here. So 7-4, 7-3, or 7-2 would be more than enough for them to win. They can't allow Emrys to get more than 5 points, though, or else we'd have the golden point rule. So stay crucial right now. It's crucial for him to stay ahead of Simi and Nude Prime, but however, Jake Ray also needs to fight with them. Simi gets ahead of all of them, and Azox again. Jake Ray with the clip. And he could have been third there, I think, or maybe he would have been fourth. But might have made a difference. No, with Speedy being last, that's still the round win for Shift. I want to believe. But Emrys would need to win 3 in a row, at minimum, to tie this game.
Yeah, okay, true, yeah, because Tennis Mode would not be enabled with that, so, hey, yeah, true. They need to win 3 rounds. This is the first match point for Team Shift. Great performance on this map right now. We see the first mistake have already been done by... Who is that? Bulgork. Bulgork. Damn, that is very unfortunate for him because he has not really arrived in this match. Also, like, crucial, P4, J-Gray 7th, Speedy 8th. And it's looking good for Team Shift that they take home the title. Let's take a look. J-Gray and Crucial, however, are in the lead, but then 4 players are swarming behind them. They're just trailing and wait for the opportunity to snipe them at the ending. J-Gray very wide again. Azox, Noob Prime, and Simi overtaking, but Noob Prime with a mistake, and Crucial just has to survive the ending as well as J-Gray. He needs to get that 3rd position. Simi makes it as well. 2nd, 4th will not be enough, and we still have Team Emrys alive by a hair.
And that was an insanely good time. I think we're going to... I mean, a point fit is 75. What is that? That's like 0.2 away from world record, isn't that?
0.75? Yeah, that's 0.25 away from world record. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, that is sick. And that really keeps this team in it for the moment here. They need 2 more rounds at minimum to tie it up, right? And if Shift win one of the next 2 rounds, that'll be it, right? They will be victorious here at EMC. They will rip the trophy out of the hands of Emrys here, and all they need to do is get 19 points this round or the next round. Not the moment. They are 1, 3, and 6. 1, 2 now with Figure up into 4th. So that's a nice little comeback out of the Shift boys. Nice corner out of them. And right now, Crucial is the only one who can really fight it. And he clips out of the round. It's all down to Bulgork. Speedy is out himself. Oh, a few mistakes to the Shift boys. And so J-Crane and Bulgork 2 and 3. And with Speedy in 6, they need 7th place. Where is 7th place? It's Speedy. They've won. Shift have won! They've come back from behind, down 5-1 after map 1. They come back and win EMC.
GG. Well, that was a great comeback here from Team Shift. M&M, or Emrys in this case, completely falling apart on this map, but also Shift playing their top-level gameplay here. So good job here from Shift. Winning the playoffs after coming 2nd or 3rd. I'm not quite sure. I think they got 2nd in the group stage.
Yeah, they got 2nd, and it was Emrys that got 1st after a great regular season. Shift also doing very, very well in the matches that I casted them last 2 weekends for. I did not get to cast Zephyr, though, so I'm pretty sure they got 3rd, however.
Okay, guys, but before you leave, if you're not interested in what is coming up later, we have a new tournament that will be announced now from Jinga. So, guys, don't leave yet. Watch the trailer.